narcissist. Why are you that way? No idea. Well, my name is Gia, and I'm here to talk about narcissistic relationships. And my hope in sharing my 24 years experience can help somebody to navigate their relationships in a healthier way, or to avoid getting into a relationship with a narcissist. So, today we're going to talk about the question why. To me, it's a fascination of mine to know people's motivation. I've always been fascinated with the question why. Why do people do things? Why do they behave certain ways? And I know that by doing certain techniques, you could get to the root cause of why people actually do anything in life. It's called seven layers deep. But like I said, that's another topic. So what we're going to talk about is asking a narcissist why. That is something that if you ask them, it's only going to lead to frustration because they cannot answer that question. They are deeply insecure about their motivations, and they don't know why they do things. They also are, they have an insecure, fragile ego, and they go around the day protecting that. Narcissists are hypersensitive to the way you say things. So let's say, by you asking a narcissist why they do whatever they did throughout the day, like, why did you talk to me that way? That really hurt. The answer you're going to get is so unsatisfactory, you're just going to be left thinking, oh my God, I'm insane. So, to protect yourself, the only way is not to have deep conversations with them, because they cannot go deep because they don't have that real depth. They only use any real depth in the beginning to capture you by mirroring your reality and your depth. But really, like I said, in mirroring, they're only collecting information about you to later weaponize. So, because they don't know why they do things, you'll never get a satisfactory answer. So now, to save yourself a little sanity, you can only speak to them about very shallow topics. The weather and the football game, or, those birds look nice, and shallow things. The problem with this is that narcissists have a hypersensitivity to how you say things. And once you do this, they will know that you're no longer engaging and you're no longer feeding their, what they want. They want to fight. They always want to fight. That's like their go-to. They want you to be always at a fight. So once they realize that you're no longer engaging, they will be hypersensitive to the way you say things, and then be like, well, what's wrong? Why are you saying things like that? Why do you say it that way? So then it becomes a game of how you say things, and it takes a lot of practice, because really we seek, especially with our partners, to connect on a deeper level. So it is very frustrating, depending on what relationship we're dealing with, especially one that you feel like you can't leave. That's a horrible feeling, because we want to connect with our partners in a deep way. So I hope that this helps in any way. If anyone is having an experience like this, please share in the comments and let me know what you're going through, and I will gladly answer any questions that anyone has. I truly appreciate you guys watching. Till the next one, this is Gia.